It looks like developers tried to make Echoes of Wisdom a combination of the top-scrolling linear games and the wildly successful open-world games of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Unfortunately, in my opinion, it fell flat and I didn't enjoy it at all. The exploration, in scare quotes, was not really free. Even though you could pick what order you visited the rifts, it was entirely possible to do all 3 major rifts without exploring the whole map. The Echoes were a neat idea, but it really just became a game of building beds over and over and over again. I unfortunately missed the first Strantula, and so I had to climb using a combination of a table and plat boom. Again, over and over. It became so repetitive and boring. And who wishes you didn't have Ascend here? The challenges and bosses were not that hard either. There was only one that killed me before I killed it. Even the final boss, Null, was not that difficult. It was just repetitive. I had no idea it was the last boss, as I was expecting to have to be Ganondorf, and the game just suddenly ended. After I beat the game, I got a green tunic, which honestly looks way cooler than what we had before. Even the rifts were not that difficult and felt like deja vu. Because of the repetitiveness, I struggled to want to play. I beat the game in about 30 hours, but it took me 6 months to do so. I even completed the game without needing to come close to maxing hearts, crystals, bow level, bomb level, etc. Some Echoes I never used or had no idea what the point of them were. And then I discovered that I missed elements of the game because they were not part of the main story or gameplay. The Echoes given early on make it so easy to skip exploring because it's so easy to travel around. For example, I had no idea there was a horse ranch until after the game was over. Odd that the main quest didn't take you to that location. I also did not find the Great Fairy until after the game was over. But even these things did not make the explorability of the game any more fun. There's a way to apply linearity and exploration so you hit the highlights, and I hope the next game implements this better. There does not need to be an elaborate story to this, and I'd like to see the focus on gameplay rather than cutscenes and lengthy backstories. The most fun part of the game was using the sword, and I would just create sea urchin echoes over and over instead, which begs the question, what was the point of making the swordfire form temporary? If they wanted us to use the echoes, just get rid of the sword, period. I really hope the next game is a giant open game again in the art style of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. This felt like a cheap knockoff cartoon. The Divine Beasts and Temples are just as good, and maybe even better than the classic dungeons. Maybe gameplay would change depending on which one you pick, so you could basically have 2 games. That would give those who want to play as Zelda that option, but for me, something was lost not playing as Link. Anyway, that's my honest review. There were some rave reviews for this game, but I did not find it that fun. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Let me know how much you disagree with me in the comments below. Until then, I wait until the next iteration.